Hey yogis, welcome to this class I've called Just Breathe and Flow because we are going to start with some breath work. I'm going to lead you through a creative, slightly challenging flow, and then in Shavasana I'm going to pass you across to my friend Michael and he's going to lead you through a guided mantra-based meditation while you're in Shavasana. It's a good class. I'm really excited to film it actually. But as always, your body, your practice, please modify as much as you need to. If you need to do something completely different to what I'm doing, that's okay. Yoga should never cause pain. The only thing you may need is some blocks to give you a little space and things like twisted triangle. And we're actually going to start standing up. So if you're sit down, jump up onto your feet and we're going to start with a box breath. So with a box breath, you're going to inhale for 4, you're going to hold your breath for 4, you're going to exhale for 4, you're going to hold for 4. So imagine it like a square. Inhale, go up, hold, go across, exhale, go down, hold, go back across. I'm going to count you in. You're going to exhale to prepare and you're going to inhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring the breath back to a natural rhythm. If they aren't already, close the eyes for a moment. Bring the hands into prayer in front of your heart. Inhale as you rub your palms together, create some heat between the hands. And then as you exhale, bring that heat onto your heart space. Perhaps your intention of the practice is to just breathe. And I'm going to keep reminding you as we flow around the mat today. Now blink the eyes open. Come to the top of your mat and we're going to come into the joyous breath. So it's three of these. As you inhale, you're going to lift your arms up. You're going to lift onto your tippy toes. And then as you exhale, you're going to sigh it out. Let it go. Bend the knees. Bring the arms back. Okay, let's do that together. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. 2 more times, just like that. Breathe in. Breathe out, let it go. Last time, inhale. And let it go. Then inhale brings you up. You've probably done this with me before. We're going to come into some cat-cows, but then we're going to move it on, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So bring your feet so they're mat distance apart or a little bit wider. And then you're going to inhale, open the heart, open the chest, little back bend. And then exhale, imagine you're hugging a beach ball, round the back, tuck the chin. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale. Exhale and round. Breathing in, arching the spine, lifting the heart. And then breathing out. Now you can keep with exactly that same movement, or we're going to change it. As you inhale, bring the body down, little bit of an arch of the spine sensation. And then as you exhale, you're going to roll up piece by piece, finding that rounding of the back. Again, inhale. Lift the tail, swan dive to the floor. Exhale, round the back. Now, as always, I don't mind if your movements look the same as me. I don't mind if they look completely different to me. What I do mind is how do they feel in your body? Are you pushing yourself into a shape that you think should be the shape? Or are you listening to what feels right for you? This is the last one. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to center. Inhale, we're going to take a side stretch. Let's cross our right leg over our left. Reach our left fingers up over towards the corner of the ceiling. Reaching like something's just out of reach, breathing into your left side body. Place your right hand on your left side ribs and just breathe into that hand. Your gaze can be wherever feels right for you. Exhale, release. Feel the breath 2 more times. Breathe in. And let it go. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale brings you through center, Other side, left foot crosses in front, right arm reaches over. Take a side stretch, breathe through the right side of the body now. Left hand cups round those right side ribs. 3 big breaths here. Breathe into the hand. And let it go. 2 more times, inhale. And release. Last time, breathing in. And breathing out. Inhale brings you through center. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Come into a little fold. And you're going to extend the arms back. If you can't get the arms to touch, that's okay. Just imagine they're touching. You're still going to feel the stretch. You're squeezing the shoulder blades together, opening through the heart, lengthening through the spine. And maybe you take a little side to side motion, paying attention to any sensations on the back of the leg and just going into them, say like 20%. Not forcing it at this early stage in the flow. And remembering the power of yoga really is in the breath. So I'll keep reminding you during class, but keep coming back to the breath. Keep using the breath as your little messenger. What do you need more of? What do you need less of? You're slowly going to release. You're going to let the hands come down. You're going to inhale, take a halfway lift. And then you're going to exhale, fold. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Imagine a heavy weight balancing on your back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees as much as you need. Last time, push your feet into the floor, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep into chair pose. You can bring the feet or the toes to touch heel slightly apart if that feels better for you. And then actually you're going to bring your hands back to cup your ribs in your chair. If you want to do this as straight legs, you can. So there's a little bit more challenge. And then this area here, we're moving this thoracic area. You're going to take little side to side motions. Let me face you so you can see what I'm doing. Side to side. You might have done these with me before. So we start side to side, and then you're going to do front and back. And it's really hard to do this without moving the pelvis as well, but we're trying to just isolate the movement from this thoracic area. It's hard. Then, if your legs aren't about to give up in your chair, you're going to do circles. You're going to do 3 circles one way, and then you're going to change direction and do 3 circles the other way. 2 and 1, and then when you've done that circle, you're going to exhale, fold. Inhale, find that halfway lift again, nice long spine. And exhale, plant the hands, step back into your plank, lower the knees. Maybe you're going into child's pose, maybe you're going to take a vinyasa, lowering down towards the floor, shoulders stay lifted. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. We're going to do some spinal waves. I'm going to teach you a regular spinal wave and then give you another option. So as you exhale, you're going to puff up through the back body, round the back, push into the hands as you take it in towards plank. And then inhale, bend the knees, think little arch to the spine as you bring yourself back into downward facing dog. You can play around with the breath because maybe it feels better to come forward on the inhale, back on the exhale. Notice what feels best for you. So the slight variation of this is as you take it back into a twist. So your right heels go over towards the right. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, take it back into a twist. Heels go to the left. Doing that 2 more times on both sides. Take it back. Exhale. Inhale. And just feeling the sensations along the side body as you take it into that twist, reaching through the hands, pushing firmly into the earth. Last time. Back to your downward facing dog. When you're ready, pedal the feet, come back to the breath. Breathing in and out through the nose if you can. Thinking slow, soft, conscious breaths, even when we're moving dynamically. Inhale, you're going to shift forwards, coming into all fours. We're going to come into a bird dog, but slightly different than usual. I should have said this before we start the flow. Pause the video if you need to. If you have sensitive knees, go and grab a blanket because we're going to do a quad stretch, or you can always fold the mat over to give you a little bit more padding. Now, option 1, you're going to reach your right leg back in space and you're going to hold it there. Option 2, you're going to see, can you reach your right fingers forward? Now, you're going to want to open through the shoulder and the hip. Try not to. See if you can spiral the right hip, right shoulder down. You're going to want to dial your left hand outwards like you're screwing a jam jar lid. And that's going to help you feel secure and stable through your left shoulder. You're going to want to turn on the muscles of that left hip as well. You're like, can we move, Hannah? Yes, we can. Let's see, building on this balance. Again, you could just bring your right hand down if you want to, or you're going to bend your right leg in. See if you can take hold of the foot and open up into same side tiger. Now this time, full permission to roll the shoulder open and open towards the right side. Again, that dialing sensation of the left hand, keeping that left shoulder nice and stable. Push the hand into the foot into the hand as you feel a nice opening through the chest. Slightly push the head back in space. Feel the opening through the thoracic spine. Now you're going to step your right foot to the front of the mat. So slowly let go. Step the right foot forward. Come up. And you're going to take hold of the left foot with the right hand. Left hand comes onto your right thigh. Remember, you can grab that blanket for underneath your left knee. And then you're going to lengthen through your tailbone, and hopefully you'll feel that through your quadricep and through the front of your left hip. Now imagine there is a hand just above your head and you're going to grow really tall into that hand. Roll your right shoulder open, perhaps bring your gaze back behind you, challenging your balance. And then just for a moment, push the hand into the foot into the hand. Find resistance, find strength. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, but keep the foot pulled in. Take a soft breath in and a soft breath out. You are slowly going to release the foot. Don't let it fly downwards. Remove any prop from underneath that knee. You're going to keep the twist. You're going to bring your hands into prayer, twisting over towards the right. See if you can keep your elbow lightly on top of your thigh rather than kind of really yanking it round. Option to tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, take this up. Now, you're going to draw a line of energy from your left heel out through the crown of your head. So your spine is really nice and long, your leg is engaged, and then put your brain in that left glute and give it a squeeze if it's not squeezed already. Now, can you soften? Can you lengthen your breath? We're taking this in to Twisted Half Moon. Are you ready? A block can be really handy, so you might want to grab one of those now and just place it a little bit in front of your right foot. So gaze down towards the block or towards the floor. Gently release the hands. Left hand comes forward, left leg comes back. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. You can bring your hand onto your sacrum and just level out the sacrum. Maybe you want to bring your gaze up towards the right hand. Maybe you want to come back to your breath. See if you can lengthen it. See if you can soften it. Can you lift that left leg a tiny bit more? We're going towards twisted triangle. So you're lightly going to bring the left foot down. Think pyramid feet. So back foot is about 45 degrees, and then you're going to lift up. And again, maybe a block will help. It can come to the inside of the right foot. It can go to the outside of the right foot. Whatever feels better for your body. Your pelvis is, or your hip bones are pointing forward. And then your right arm is going to reach towards the ceiling. Again, it could just hold onto the sacrum if you prefer. Now, do really tune in. What feels best in my body? Do I need to push myself to the extreme? No, if that doesn't feel right for you. Okay, hold and breathe. Now the right hip's going to want to come forward. Don't let it. Gently bring the left hip forward. Now, exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, let's lift all the way up. You might want to grab one more block and frame your front feet with the block. We're coming towards pyramid. Maybe you want to adjust your feet a little bit. That's okay as well. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hinging from the hips, keeping the spine nice and long. Go down with strength and grace. Hands frame that front foot, can come onto blocks or come onto the floor. For a moment, push firmly down with the hands, suction the right leg into the hip socket and see if you can hover that right foot off the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take it down. Just breathe. Inhaling, exhaling through the nose. Your hips, again, facing forward. Right hip might want to come forward, don't let it. Gently bring that left hip round, breathing into the back of the right leg. And pushing down gently through the floor so you feel a sense of strength and length, so control in this pose. Trying to keep the spine nice and long. If you're really finding yourself super rounded, perhaps you come up and you bring your hands to your heart center. What feels right for you? Now, we're coming into a seated twist. Listen carefully. You're going to slowly bring your weight forward onto your right foot. You're going to bend your left knee and place it behind your right knee. You're going to come all the way down onto the mat with as much control as possible. And you are going to hug your right knee in with your left arm as your right hand comes behind you and you find a seated twist. If this doesn't feel good in your body, you can always straighten that left leg long. So as you inhale, find length. Imagine that hand above your head again, grow tall. As you exhale, find some rotation, perhaps snapping your eyes to the right and seeing if that gives you a little bit more depth. Just breathe, slow, soft breaths. Now, you can stay here. In a moment, we're going to cow face, so if you want to go there early, you can go there as well. If you want to have a little fun playing with an arm balance, I'm going to show you a fun way to get into EPK or flying split. Now, you're going to exhale, take a counter twist. Now, if you need a little bit more work on the wrist, if you know you have sensitive wrists, then you may want to pause the video and do a few wrist strengthening exercises. There is a little class, very short on the app. You can always go to that now. If you have more hardy wrists than me, maybe you want to have a little play with this one. But you're going to rotate your left, rotate over towards your left. So your arms are going to be perpendicular to where your knees are facing, or your fingers are going to be perpendicular to where your knees are facing. Your left elbow goes into your left hip. Your right elbow goes into just above your right knee. You're going to shift the weight forward, the gaze is forward, and you're going to see if you can lift your feet off the floor. Imagine yourself like a little balancing scales. Okay, and then perhaps from here, you play with extending those legs and finding your EPK. And then the challenge, can you bring yourself back down exactly the way you came in? You can always pause the video and have a little further play. If not, if you're ready to move on, you are going to come into cow face pose. And again, this left leg can straighten because this can be super intense for the hips. So you're going to stack your knees on top of each other, stack your legs on top of each other. Maybe you want complete stillness. Perhaps you want to bring your right arm up. You're either going to take hold of the elbow, you're going to take the hands behind the back, or, like me, maybe you want a bit of movement, and I'm just going to take some side to side stretches. It's nice to close your eyes and really focus, sending the breath where you want it, or where you want more ease. Send the breath there and let go. Maybe coming back to the mantra, just breathe, releasing anything you don't need, whether it's tension from the face, the belly, whether it's thoughts, whether it's to-do lists. Let's do one more, breathing in, breathing out. Exhale. Inhale brings you up. We're going to twizzle and we're going to find a wide-legged fold. So twizzling over towards the left, you're going to fold. I'm just going to switch sides. And then wiggle your feet apart and you're going to fold your body between your legs. Blocks can be nice. Everyone's going to come up into a halfway lift. Breathe in and then breathe out. You're going to fold. Push your feet really firmly into the mat. Lengthen through your spine. The next time we do this, I'm going to give you a chance to do an inversion, but this time I just want you to breathe. To breathe and be perhaps doing little shifts of the body, noticing the change in sensation as you perhaps slightly lift the tailbone. Maybe you push through the big toe mound. Maybe you lengthen your spine. Perhaps you squeeze your shoulder blades a little bit in towards each other and see how that feels. And then very, very slowly, you're going to walk yourself to the front of the mat. You're going to step your feet back plank. Option for child's pose or downward facing dog. Option for vinyasa. Nice long spine. Imagine a heavy weight on your back as you lower with control. Inhale, tops of the feet, cobra or upward facing dog, length through the spine. And exhale, lifting the hips high, downward facing dog. If you're in child's pose, gently make your way to down dog now. Together we breathe in, together we breathe out. Inhale, shift it forward, coming onto all fours, taking it to the other side. Your left leg comes back in space. Maybe you hold it here. Maybe this is enough for you in this moment. Maybe you come onto your left fingertips, reach your left arm forward. Remember, you're spiraling your left hip down, your left shoulder down. And if you're wobbly, I'm with you, and I'm sure lots of other people are as well. That right hand dials out, your right glutes are on, and then maybe play with bending that back leg. And if you can't grab hold of the foot, I should have said this on the other side, sorry, you can just reach back in space and imagine you're holding it instead. I've lost it, I've lost the balance. You can open up as you grab hold of the foot, pushing one into the other, spiraling the heart upwards, growing long through the spine, breathing into the hip. Holding 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly let go. Left foot steps forwards, come up. Right hand to left thigh. Left hand grabs hold of the foot. Remember, you can use a blanket if you need one underneath your knee, or roll up the mat. You're going to lengthen through your tailbone. You're going to grow tall through the crown of your head. And you're just going to breathe. Remember that little bit of engagement. We're going to find it now. Push the hand into the foot into the hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that, but keep the foot pulling in and breathe. Now softly let go of the foot. No slingshotting, please. Hands come into prayer, keep the twist. Balance the right elbow on top of the left thigh. Roll your left shoulder open. Maybe you tuck the toes, lift the knee, twisted crescent. You are going to reach the crown of your head away from your right ankle. You're going to push your left foot really firmly into the mat. And then you're going to notice your breath. Can you soften? Can you slow? We're going into twisted half moon. Are you ready? Grab that block if you need. Gaze comes down just in front of the right foot. Right hand comes down. Bring the right leg up towards the ceiling. Take your time. Breathe your left arm perhaps up towards the ceiling, or maybe you keep it on the sacrum. Keep length through the spine as you push firmly through the left foot. You can always bend that left knee. Keep reaching the right foot up. Stay with the breath. In a moment, we're going to twisted triangle, but for now, just breathe. Next exhale, foot comes down. Grab that block if you wish. Inside of left foot, outside of left foot, with block, without, you choose. Keeping the pelvis nice and stable. Roll the left shoulder open. Reach the left hand perhaps towards the ceiling. If that feels right for you, just the feet as you need. That left hip's going to want to creep forward. Don't let it. Spiral the right hip forward instead. Now, can you lengthen through your spine? Can you soften through your face? Next, exhale. Hand comes down, inhale, brings you all the way up. Adjust the feet as you need for your pyramid. Maybe you grab your blocks, frame the front foot. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hinge from the hips, heavy weight through the back. Keep that spine nice and long as you fold forward. Hands come onto blocks or the floor. Option to push firmly through the hands, suction the left leg in. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Melt down, lift the sit bones. It's that feeling of kind of trying to come into an anterior tilt of the pelvis, that arch of the pelvis, like you're tipping the water out. It's not actually going to happen, but it will help you keep the spine nice and long and avoid rounding through the back. Now again, come back to the breath. Can you lengthen it? Can you soften it? In and out through your nose. And we're going to take it down into that twist. Are you ready? Shift the weight forward onto the left foot, bend the right knee, bring it behind, and see how gracefully you can come down to sit on your mat. Hug your left knee in with your right arm. Your left hand comes behind you. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist, gazing over that left shoulder. Breathing into your hips. Breathing softness through your face, your jaw, your eyes, your nose. Sending softness to your belly, sending softness to your hips. Now, just like before, you can stay here, you can head to cow face early, or if you want that added little bit of challenge, you are going to pivot over towards your right, your fingers facing to the right, your toes are facing forward. Your right elbow, you want to come up onto your toes, your right elbow goes into your right hip, your left elbow goes just above the left knee. Shift the weight forward to start. See if you can hover the feet, and then perhaps work on that transition, straightening out through the legs, gaze over towards the left. Breathe. So the magic is in, can you bring it back into the pose we came from? And then together, we're heading to cow face. Maybe take your hands into a fist, clasp your forearms together, and take some figures of 8. And then maybe the left arm goes up like before, or maybe like before, you take those side to side sways, closing the eyes. And whichever option you're taking here in cow face, focus on sensation. Focus on softening. Focus on letting go of whatever it is you do not need. Now inhale brings you up. You're going to unravel and we're going to come back to that wide fold. Option one, do exactly the same as we did before, find out halfway lift, and then you're going to fold. Maybe you hold the legs, maybe hands walk back. Option two, interlace the hands behind the back. If they don't touch, you can reach them towards each other. You're going to breathe here, reaching the arms overhead. Option three, if you have headstand in your practice and you are really confident and you're in this area where you can do it safely, you're going to come down. I personally do not teach tripod headstand. I would recommend coming into a bound headstand. Remember, you're balancing on the crown of your head and you don't want to feel any tension on your neck. Someone could slide a piece of paper underneath your head. That's how little pressure is going onto your head. Reach the toes up towards the ceiling if you're upside down. If there's any pressure on the head, you're going to come down safely, slowly. And everyone actually is going to come down now who's decided to lift up. Inhale slowly, mindfully. Everyone take a halfway lift. And then exhale, walk your hands around, frame the front foot, step back, knees down, chest down, child's pose. Soft breath in, slow breath out. Breathing in and breathing out. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Gently walk your hands back in space. Hands just rest on the thighs for a moment, eyes closed. And I just want you to take note, how do you feel? How do you feel compared to when you walked in the room and rolled out your yoga mat? We are really going to wind down the energy before we find that meditation in Shavasana. So when you're ready, you're going to come to a seat and you're going to grab a block or you're going to grab a pillow. You're going to place it on the lowest setting. You might want another block, actually, for underneath your head. You might want to place it on the second setting, but I really want you to find ease, okay? So you're going to place, and if you have a pillow, you can place them in the same places, and then you are going to come down onto the block, and it's going to go where your shoulder blades are. And you can bring your hands behind your head. We're doing a restorative fish pose. Bring the hands behind the head and maybe you take a few little kind of cat-cow motions here. It'd be really nice to bend the knees just to feel really kind of secure, particularly if you're on the higher setting like I'm showing now. So exhale, you round in. Inhale, you open. Last time. And then we are going to find stillness. So place the block underneath the head, find comfort. Perhaps you reach the arms out to the side or maybe overhead. Try a few positions and notice what feels right for you. Make any little adjustments you need where you are over the blocks. And just breathe. Oh, we're here. I want you to find ease, so all your focus is on is your breath. And I want you to count each breath. So inhale is 1, exhale is 2, so on and so forth until you get to 10. And then you're going to start again. If your mind wanders, if you lose place, simply bring it back to 1. at counting for just a little bit more. Last breath together, inhale and exhale. As you inhale, you're going to release, use your hands to help bring your head up. Gently roll onto your forearms and remove the props even from underneath you. Come to lie on your back, and again, just take a moment to place your hands on your belly and check in. Now, feet are mat distance apart. Bring the knees over towards the left. Tee the arms, bring the gaze to the right. Gently push the right foot, the right inner arch down into the ground and lengthen through the tailbone, making this twist a tiny bit active before we find our pause in Shavasana. Now inhale brings you through center and simply switch it out. Knees to the right, gaze to the left, inner arch of the left foot pushes down, tailbone lengthens, breath into that left hip. Now inhale brings you through center, and perhaps keep the arms as they are. As you bring your heels mat distance, let the feet hang heavy. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Take a slow breath in with me and a soft sigh out. Now, I'm going to pass you across to Michael as he leads you through a meditation.
And allow yourself to just simply notice how it is that you are. Allow yourself to be conscious of how the breath lands. And let's just take one breath together before we begin. Inhale. Exhale. So in this being practice, we're going to use the mantra of just breathe. Simple and self-defining. We just allow it to sit within the mind, very gently, easily, to just support us as we move through this moment. We use this mantra as a way to move from the thinking mind into the feeling space. We're moving inward towards a quieter place. And so as you're ready, if not already, just simply, gently recite the mantra, just breathe. Less in the front of the mind, but more in the back of the mind. Almost like a faint whisper, just breathe. And as we begin, allow ourselves the commitment to be here, to care very little about anything else. And as always, we remember that we are human. If there's an itch that you need to itch, scratch it. If we feel like we need to shift or shuffle our seat just to find a comfier place, do that. But as you find your way into the practice, allow the mantra of just breathe to be all that there is. And like always, thoughts may come and go. Your mind may show up somewhere else. A thought, a spark of inspiration. Funny reminder. These are all natural occurrences in a practice. It means you're human. But remember, it's in these moments of acknowledgement we don't indulge. We simply come back. Just breathe. Just breathe. And we let this mantra be the guide for the ride ahead. For the time that we have to just be in this moment. Allow yourself to commit to this practice. To just simply come back to the mantra anytime you find yourself wandering away. Just breathe. And don't worry, I'll let you know when it's time to come back. Just keeping the eyes closed. Just allow yourself to simply come back. To let go of the mantra now. And just to sit within the feeling of what is. There's no rush to open the eyes. It's from this place now, in time. It might feel nice to let the chin drop in the back of the neck, a bit long. You can take a few little gentle movements of the neck or the fingers. And when you're ready, in your time, you simply allow the eyes to reopen. And as they do, just simply notice. Notice how you feel, even if words can't describe. Notice what it is in this very moment after the practice. If there's a lightness, a calmness, an energy, an uplift, or just a sense of ease. This is the power of a being practice. And this is the power of meditation.
Now, very, very slowly, you're going to wiggle your fingers. You're going to wiggle your toes. Inhale, you're going to reach the arms above your head, reach your toes away from you. Take a great big stretch. And exhale, hug the knees in. Give yourself a well-deserved hug. Gently rolling to your left side. Let's pause and breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Gently push yourself up to any comfortable seated position. Hands flat on heart. And I simply want to end with a reminder, your breath. It's there, it's free. We do it unconsciously the majority of the time. Can we be more conscious? Bring this mantra of just breathe into our day when we need it, whether it's calm, whether it's strength, whether we're frustrated and we need that pause. Can you just breathe? Give yourself that calm and clarity before you act. Now let's take one last breath together. Inhale and let it go. Thank you so much for flowing with me today. I hope you really enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the mat again tomorrow.